My name is Rosa Parks.
All right.
And I was born on February 4th, 1913.
All right.
In a pretty small town called Pine Level, Alabama.
All right.
I was named after my grandma Rose. And my brother Sylvester was named after my grandfather. My father was a carpenter. He liked to build houses, things like that. But he spent quite a bit of time away from our family. And by the time I was 5 years old, he had left the family altogether. My mother, Leona McCauley, was a school teacher.
All right.
And the lessons that she taught me helped me to do the hard things I had to do later on in life. And she taught me that you shouldn't judge people by the amount of money they have.
All right.
The kind of home they live in.
All right.
Or the kind of clothes they wear.
All right.
She said you should judge people by the amount of respect they have for themselves and for others. Now, when my father left our family, we moved in with my grandparents. And I want to tell you about my grandparents. I really enjoyed living with them. My grandmother was a strong woman. I believe she passed her strength down to me.
All right.
And my grandfather, he was a proud man. He instilled in my brother and I that you don't put up with bad treatment from anyone.
All right. All right.
Now, I believe that was passed down in our genes.
All right.
All right.
Come on now.
And I like spending time with my grandparents because they were, how do you young people say? My grandparents were cool.
All right.
They liked to go fishing. And I like to tag along with them too. But they were elderly and I don't believe they could see too good. And every time it came time to put the bait on the hook, guess whose job that was? But I didn't mind at all.
All right.
Boys and girls, when I grew up, fear was very real for colored people. Now, people called colored were people like myself with brown skin of African descent.
All right.
And when I grew up, segregation was the law of the land. And those laws allowed white people to treat colored people without any respect.
That's right.
While colored and white people had to stay apart wherever they went. Parks, theaters, streetcars, buses, while colored and white children couldn't go to school together or even play together.
That's right.
And sometimes my mother would take Sylvester and I to Montgomery, and there they even had separate water fountains. They had one fountain with a sign over it that said, for whites only. The other water fountain had a sign on it that said, for colors.
All right.
Now, when I was a little child, I used to wonder if the white water tastes different from the colored water. But when I grew up, I realized the water was the same. It had the same color and the same taste. The only difference was the sign on the water fountain. Now, children, I didn't grow up during slavery times, but my life really wasn't that much better. Now, when I was a little girl, how old are you, sweetie? 5? Well, when I was 6 years old, I was a field hand. I had to work in the fields. I had a flour sack over my shoulder,